round 7 of the Div 2 Hyperdrive Championship. It is round 7 here in Barcelona, and we have got a fierce championship fight on our hands. Big Bertie leads the way. Not too far behind is Rotor Reaction, K5M5, and Mars, looking to capitalise on their poor Belgian weekends. And I'm joined by the one and only owner of Hyperdrive, HDR Diamonds. What can you say ahead of this Grand Prix? Yeah, brilliant race. Yeah, it's going to be a fascinating race, but it's quite unlikely that it does rain at Spain. But we had it yesterday, so maybe that makes it even more unlikely that we will have rain today. Just getting the lobby posted so all our Div 2 drivers can tune in and watch from some. Oh, I think I put it in self promo, silly me. Yes, I did put. Okay, you put it in race live streams then. You're better at that stuff. So that's good. So we should be readying up shortly, assuming that we do have everyone in. Let's see who's checked in and who is not. Hello, Noah Clarkson. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so first full quali of the weekend. We didn't quite have enough for full quali yesterday. But yeah, I think there was a lot of rules implemented for yesterday's race, which I think worked really well. The lack of safety cars, I think, meant people were more cautious about the driving, knowing if they span out, then they were screwed. Are they saying they can hear only one person? Also, KJ said. Also, KJ said. I think it's. Yeah, I don't think they can hear you. Are you on mute, maybe? Or is it something to do with the stream that I have to do? Where do I do that? Audio? Party audio. What about that? Okay, do another test. Do another test. That's on now. Um. On the comms booth section. Oh, commentate. Well, we are having some technical difficulties with getting Diamonds to be able to commentate as well. But we are loading in. Well, how much to talk about during the first part of Q1 anyway, so not the end of the world. So where do you think I go to? Yep, still. So my options in the Discord are mute my mic, deafen, switch to game chat, and audio settings. That's about it. When I click on audio settings, I've got headset volume, which I can't change, headset chat mixer, which I can't change, and mic monitoring, which is full. I don't know what mic monitoring is. You. Okay, you do that. While Diamond sorts out his. Yeah, make sure the audio's all okay for the game and myself. Yeah, just let me know it was all good. But we are ready for Div 2, and it is Q1, the first full quali of the weekend. We may have enough in Div 1 tomorrow for full quali as well. But it is not raining, fortunately. I think we have a car straight out of the pits. Who is that going to be? Well, K5M5, one of the championship contenders coming out of the pits. Who will be first? And I think it's Flov, also known as Verstrelka, who is the first out of the pit lane. Ooh. I can't hear the game. Where's There we go. Let me know, people watching, if the game sound is okay, and it's not too loud, not too quiet. But the striker is the first one on the lap. I'm just going to call him Flov because that's easier to commentate on. He'll be the first one to set a lap in Q1. Most drivers will probably be hoping to fairly quiet. Okay, well let me know if you want me to turn it up. Check. I can turn it up by a little bit, not too much. Anyway, Flov will start his lap, so let's go through a lap of the Barcelona circuit. 16 turns, and the first one, hard braking zone, down into turn 1, sweeping through right, then straight back to the left, 5th gear, then round a flat out, turn 3, very nice to drive, shifting up to 7th gear, end of the first sector, now coming into turn 4, another hairpin but a harder braking one, down to 4th gear, on the exit, rounding feels like it goes on forever, then into turn 5, braking hard on the hardest braking zone on the track, gets it through nicely. On the exit, a little bit of a squirm on the exit, heading down to one of the most awkward corners on the track, turn 7, swooping it round, very nice there indeed. And now time for a flat out, turn 9, we're all the way around, deploying DRS for the second DRS straight on the track. Now heading down into the hardest braking zone on the track, turn 10, rounding into turn 11 and 12, rounding, waiting to get on the traction, hits the curb a little bit, but still very nice from Flov, rounding the last 2 corners, flat out, then a little lift, or maybe even flat out down to 6th gear. As he runs to the line, it is going to be a 1:12.6, and that will set the benchmark for everybody else. So where can everybody else go? K5M5. Diamonds is back, so he will do a comms test. Man or what? I don't even know what that is. I'm just streaming off of. So I'll take it no. Anyway, as we're having some comms technical difficulties, Leebov has gone to P2, Amu is P3, Tiger Gamer P4, K5M5 only P5, second place man in the championship. And I'm trying to look where... Yeah, so this is KJ you can hear now. I'm the only one you can hear, can't you? Mr. Hannah's currently on a lap. He's actually my my friend. I know him from Silverstone, so wheeling him on nicely. Berkey Ballion also starting on... Oh, he was actually finishing a lap and goes to P2. Nice lap there from Berkey Ballion. I think everybody will be coming into the pit soon. Only one on a lap right now is Mr. Hannes. Let's keep with him. As Chocolate, never mind. He goes to the top now. So that might be a time good enough to get him into Q2, which I think he'll be happy about, just setting it on one set of tyres. But yeah, great lap by Chocolate. Only other person on a lap right now. I think some people are going for a second lap, I believe. Yeah, some people are trying back-to-back laps on the same set of tyres. They don't want to waste too much. Mr. Hannes, where can he put his Alfa Romeo? Swinging around the last corner, he goes... P1! Mr. Hannes goes up into P1. It says 1:12.3. Great lap there from the Alfa Romeo. Don't want friend bias, but great job by him. Who else on a lap? Road Reaction, is he on a lap right now? Seems a bit low on ERS, so if he is, then don't know if that'll be an improvement. Yeah, so AMG is no longer in the commentator booth. He's trying to sort out his audio problems. But I think Road Reaction, he's on a lap. Where can he put his Aston Martin? He goes P9, 6/10 off the pace. Amu, he's looked very quick in preparation for this weekend. Where can he put his Ferrari? I think he's gone for back-to-back laps. Can he improve on his time? Cross the line and goes P3. Improves on his time by 4/10. As Lee Bob also improves, he goes P5. As K5M5 goes to the top after I was saying it seemed like a pretty poor first lap, saving the best till later, and goes to P1 by less than, well, half a tenth really. So great lap by him. Anybody else currently on a lap? I think Lucky Lemon maybe on a lap. I think he is, yes. Where can he put his Aston Martin? He goes P7. It's a very closely packed field. As now Mars goes to the top, and that is a very good lap from the McLaren. Nearly 2.5 tenths faster than K5M5. We know how fast Mars is. But yeah, great lap from the McLaren. As Drabsal, these two have beef from last round in Belgium, don't they? Mars and Drabsal, they were right next to each other all the way through Belgium, and they are transitioning that to Spain. Drabsal goes P2, just a tenth behind them. These two are so close to each other in terms of pace. It's going to be a great race between them. As the championship leader, NSO Burt, only down in P13. Now I think there's been a spin for somebody. There's a Haas spun on the exit, I think. Can't find where they are. I think that might have been yeah, it was K5M5, but it has a little spin. K5M5's out! Oh my lord, he's crashed into the pit lane! Oh no! K5M5, second in the championship, out of qualifying. And there's only one person who will be eliminated from Q1 I should say, but that is looking to be K5M5. Jungo King is currently in the drop zone, but he's on a lap right now and looking to displace him. Well, even if K5M5, all Jungo King has to do is set a lap, and he will displace the man who's second in the championship. What an upset for the Haas driver. He is now, surely, unless Jungo King somehow doesn't set a lap, going to be out in Q1, the only driver eliminated from Q1. That is total disaster. And for his championship campaign, that is a huge setback. But who else is on a lap currently? I think the championship leader, NSO Burt, is on lap, so we'll keep with him. But yeah, what an upset for K5M5. And this is now a huge chance for NSO Burt to capitalise, and he's just set a purple middle sector. So he's showing his pace. As Jungo King, he only goes P14. As Nexa's now somehow last, but I think he's now on a lap, and all he has to do is set a lap. And he bumps K5M5 out of this race, so all he has to do is not invalidate. So we'll keep with Nexa, because this will be a lap to knock K5M5 out of qualifying. Round the last corner. And what is going on here? He goes P14, but he goes P14, and that knocks Jungo King to P16, and somehow K5M5 doesn't change his position. So is that a glitch in game, or not sure? But is anybody currently on a lap? I think Royal Reaction is about to start one. As NSO Burt did not improve his time, so still only 12th from championship leader. I think it changes once Q1 finishes. Alright, so I think it is safe to say K5M5 is in the drop zone. So it's not a bug. Well, okay, we'll just find out. But I think if the game is being good, then K5M5 will be out of qualifying. As there's a car gone off into the gravel, I think that was Nexa. A little trip to the gravel. As Diamond has now left the session, so this is a problem. It might just be me on comms, which might be a bit unfortunate, but I guess you're stuck with me. So some people might not be going out because they think their time is safe. Like they only want to use one set of tyres, so that might be a reason why we see like Mars and Drabsal and Mr. Hannes not set a lap yet. So K5M5 is out, if you missed it. Yeah, K5M5 is out. I think if you're answering that question, yeah, he crashed on the way into the pit lane. And I think it's just a bug why Jungo King's behind him. Anyway, Royal Reaction, I think he stayed P11. Anybody else? Imu is currently on a lap, so let's stick with him. He's P6 currently. I think Berkey Ballion also in front of him. He's on a lap, so let's see where both of these cars put themselves. Oh no, Berkey Ballion is coming into the pits. Is Amu pitting? No, he's not. So I think Berkey Ballion's just done the same thing, but he's missed a pit lane and he hasn't crashed. Imu goes P3, good lap by him, but Berkey Ballion, he's done what K5M5 hoped he would have done. He's missed a pit lane. Yeah, Mars, I was making fun of you for crashing in the pit lane earlier, but turns out even the best happens to the best. So yeah, Berkey Ballion and K5M5 both coming foul to the pit lane. Yeah, and K5M5 definitely discovered that strange bump on the entry, and that has put him out of qualifying. Assuming Jungo King does finish ahead, which I think he will. Yeah, still a complete upset for the man who's second in the championship, Mars. I bet you're licking your lips. This is a huge chance to capitalise on his error. As is Lucky Lemon is on an outlap currently. So there's 16 drivers. So one person will go out, but for some reason it's showing, even though Jungo King set a time, it's showing him as out. But yeah, I think that might be a glitch. Every time I see a yellow flag in the last sector now, I think someone's crashing in the pit lane. But Berkey Ballion, is he about to start a lap? No, he's coming into the pits. Oh, AMG, he's had a few problems trying to commentate. People couldn't hear him when he was in the comms booth, so yeah, that might be a stream problem, audio problem, but I don't know. He's left the session, so it might just be me, unfortunately. But hey, I mean, I'm not the worst person to be stuck with. So who's on a lap currently? I think Lucky Lemon may be on a lap. I think he is. Let's stick with the Aston Martin. Oh, and I think he's backed off, so never mind. Skolade, I think he may be starting a lap. Yeah, nobody saw that K5, don't worry. You still got a whole race ahead of you. Although, without safety cars, that will be a tough task, but it is possible. It is possible, so I wish you luck in your comeback. We need to keep an eye on when Jungo King goes out, because he's in the drop zone, but I don't know why. We turned the safety cars off this weekend because they keep happening too frequently, and it works really well in Div 3 because people are a lot more cautious, because they know if they crash then they're kind of screwed, and it led to a lot more battling, and it was really good. So I think we're going to keep it like that. So yeah, safety cars off, red flags off. So yeah. Anyway, let's keep with Skolade. Oh, he's backed off, I think. Yeah, went a bit wide. Anybody else currently on a lap? Apollo Man. Is he on a lap? No. Oh, yes, he is on a lap, so we'll keep an eye on him. Nexer. No, he's also backed off. Yeah, it is a controversial one, no safety car, but it worked really well. Not many people, barely anyone crashed in Div 3 yesterday because they know. Because you say if you get shunted by someone, but the person who's doing the shunting, they're going to be cautious as well because if they know if they crash, then that might be their race gone. So people are a lot more clean and cautious. Let's keep with Tiger now. I think he's on a lap. Yeah, well, Mars, we'll try it, and it might lead to people being a lot more cautious and good racing because they're not gonna want to do anything crazy when they're fighting people. So yeah. And besides, if you start on pole, then you should have an easy race, Mars. So no complaint. Anyway, big slide for Tiger on the exit of turn 14 now. Oh, and big lift into last turn. Where can he go? And he stays P10 for now. Oh, and what has happened to Flav here? Is he going in the gravel to let a car past? Maybe. Oh, and speaking of, we need to keep with Jungo King here because he is a driver in the drop zone. I think it is K5M5 in the drop zone, but we'll see where this lap puts him. He goes 7th gear around there, so all an orthodox strategy. Jungo King slightly up on his best time. So where can he pull himself in the order? Jungo King crosses the line and goes P12. So that should see him through to the next round. Still, it's showing K5M5. It's just keeping K5M5 in 15th. So we'll see if that is a bug or it will correct itself at the end of qualifying. But qualifying is now over. These will be the last laps. NSO Burt has backed off. Championship leader, only 13th, not showing too much promise. As Tiger Gaming, he's backed off. Is anyone else currently on a lap? Is Amu on a lap? I think he is on a lap. He's a 10th up. So Amu, even though he's P3, he's going for another lap. Maybe he wants to assert his dominance. He's coming to the line now and goes P2 and just 20 milliseconds behind Mars. So he goes P2, beats his teammate. Ferrari have got a very good lineup this weekend. But yeah, so we think it is K5M5 who will be out in Q1, but it says Nexer, so we'll just confirm that. We'll just confirm that in a second. Okay, so we just got confirmation it will be just me on comms. We can't resolve AMG's audio issue. But yeah, very good Q1 session. We're still trying to find out who will be out of Q1. It's either K5M5 or Nexa. But Mars will not care about that. He is top of Q1 by just 20 milliseconds to Amu and drives out closely behind by another 10th. So we have got a great battle on our hands here in this Grand Prix. As here is the provisional results. It is Mars on top for Q1. As let's just go down and see where K5M5 is. So it still says K5M5. It says they're both knocked out. Wait, have I done my maths wrong here? But it says K5M5 and Nexa are both out. But it's for bottom 5 to go out, which is 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, which is 5. But for now, it looks like both of them are out. So Nexa out, and the man who's second in the championship, K5M5, after crashing in the pit lane, is out. So it must be Nexa and any driver who DNFs. They're both out. Yeah, thanks for that confirmation, DKK. So yeah, even before the start of the important sessions in Q3, we've got huge controversy with K5M5 looking to close down NSO Burr in the championship. He will start from the back, and with no safety cars, that will make his job even harder. So we move on to Q2. Cal Mars carries form into Q2, and we will have only four drivers due to K5M5's DNF. We will only have 4 drivers out in this session, and it'll be fascinating to see if any championship contenders go out. The 3 championship contenders, the main ones, are Robot Reaction, Mars, and NSO Burt, so keep an eye on them. NSO Burt hasn't really shown his speed yet, despite leading the championship by a big margin. He's going out early to set his lap, and I think Chocolade is also going out early. So we'll see how they fare. He's the first one out, Chocolade. I just confirmed the audio is all okay for the game and me. So just confirm that in the chat for me. I'll try and avoid bias towards my mate, but Mr. Hannes is my mate. I'll avoid bias to that. I mean, Imu told me to hype him up in a race, so I will. Imu is a very good driver, and he's looked on the pace so far this weekend. Second fastest in Q1. He says he's very quick in quali, so let's see how he fares in Q2, and can he progress to that all-important Q3. But we will stick with Chocolade for now, as he is the first driver. There's quite a scramble at the back. Oh, it does this. AMG sometimes just disables in between sessions, but we'll have it on now to see Chocolade's lap and his sector times. Let's do it gap to the leader. He now starts his lap. Keep an eye on those behind who are also on a lap. Yeah, so K5 Diamonds would have been on comms, but Diamonds would have been on comms, but yeah, that was an audio issue. It's unfortunate. K5, at least I think you're going to be praying that something happens to your fellow championship rivals. So good luck praying on the sidelines. But right now, you will also be willing for your teammate, Chocolate, who is currently on a lap. He will be the first man to set a lap. So we'll see where he can put his hasses. I think there's a spin in the first part. I think that's for Apollo Man. Or he might just be pulling off to get out of the way of some drivers. I moved thought he was short quality. Oh no! That could be a big setback for Amu. Anyway, let's see what Chocolate does. Sets a 1:13.2. Mars's fastest time was a 1:12.0. Championship leader NSO Burt crossing the line as he sets a 1:12.9. Who else is on a lap? Mars, fastest driver in Q1. Second, he blades McLaren very nicely around the last corner there. And it's a 1:12.1, nearly replicating his earlier lap. Imu goes P2, and now he's 6 tenths off Mavos as Rotor Reaction now goes P2. So good lap by the Aston Martin. Berkey Valiant now displaces him and goes P2. Who else on a lap currently? Tiger Gamer, I think on a lap. He's on a mediums, interestingly. He crosses the line and goes P7. Mr. Hannes, he's on a lap and goes P2. Great lap there by Hannes. Gelb P2. I think Apollo Man might be on a lap. Oh no, he's starting a lap now. Lucky Lemon on a lap now, I think. Yes, he is. Where can he go? He goes P6. Thanks for that. That'll make my commentating easier. So Bestravka is Strelka, and Imu is Emu. So yeah, thank you for that. As I think Parliament is invalidated. Where's Drabdal? Drabdal's still in the pits, one of the fastest. Oh, as I say that, he comes out onto the track. One of the fastest in. Oh, and the Striker's just joined back, so maybe disconnected. But he's joined back thankfully now. There's his Tiger on a lap. He's getting a bit of a slipstream there. Or no, he's backed off. I think a Parliament still was the only one on the lap, but he invalidated. So yeah, I think everyone coming into the pits now. It'll be interesting to see who thinks they are safe and who will go out for another lap just to make sure. Let's make sure nobody crashes into the pit lane. Emu, how many more sets of tyres have you got left? May I ask? But I think Dravsar will be the only one on track. So let's keep with him. He's got the whole track to himself now. So what can one of the fastest in this group do? Let's check his deltas to see his time compared to Mars, his big rival in this league. They've been so equally matched, both in the race and in quali. So it'll be fascinating to see about that. I said purple first sector for Dravsal. Yeah, one set of softs left. So Emu will have to. Emu's only got one set of softs left, so he will have to either. May I ask Emu, how are you going to use that? Are you going to use it now to get into Q3? You're going to use it in Q3 and hope your old tyres can get through to Q2. It's going to be a very difficult strategy for Emu, but Drabsal on the other hand, his teammate, is absolutely flying. Purple first sector, purple middle sector. He's been slower than Mars so far this weekend, but he is looking to take back that P1 spot. Rounding the last two corners, flat out to first one. Maybe a slight lift, no, flat out still. And now on the exit, Drabsal goes third fastest. He must have lost some time in the last sector there because it was a purple first and second, but Mars still on top. Drabsal P3. So Emu will use his soft set in Q3. He plans on making it through to Q2 with just old sets. So he's on the back foot here. But the two Ferrari have definitely got the strongest lineup this weekend. I know we're hoping to extend their Constructors' Championship lead because they are quite heavily leading the Constructors' Championship. Two AlphaTauris currently out. As Jungo King, a driver in the drop zone, he will be looking to lift himself out of there. As Rotor Reaction, he's P5. He's coming out. As Mars, are you not going to go out again? Oh, so Mars has got 3 new sets for Q3. Do you think you can get around the lap in time to use 3 sets, Mars? Don't know if you can get around the lap in time. Anyway, like, because if you got 3 sets, can you use all 3 of them in Q3? Because you might not be able to do 3 laps. Yeah, Mars so far in control. Well, Emu says it's my pole. He has still got faith that he can snatch pole off Mars. It's a purple middle sector for Jungo King, so it's been a great lap so far. As Jungo King, he's on a very good lap so far, rounding last 2 corners. He's in a drop zone right now, but could he set a blistering lap time now? Rounding last corner, he will go P9, so he lifts himself out of a drop zone. Will that stand, though? As his teammate Apolloman, he's on a lap right now. Where can he put his AlphaTauri? Coming to the line, he goes P6, so he pushes Jungo King back down to P10. Nice lap by Apolloman there. Raw Reaction, he is starting a lap. I think Lucky Lemon, he is also starting a lap. NSO Burt, he is currently on a lap, and he is actually in the drop zone. Oh, and he's going wide. NSO Burt, he's off the track. And the championship leader is struggling here in Barcelona. Just can't seem to get a lap in at the moment. And is he coming into the pits? Yes, he is. So he's only really going to get one more opportunity. And even if he does get to Q3, will he have any fresh sets left? So the championship leader struggling at the moment. But anyway, let's keep with Robot Reaction, 3rd place man in the championship, looking to gain on NSO Burt. K5M5 will be loving this if NSO Burt is struggling. So will Mars and Robot. But Robot has backed off, I think. So don't know whether we'll go for another lap. His teammate though, Lucky Lemon, he is on the cusp of getting knocked out, so he is going to another lap. Where can he put his Aston Martin? His teammates up in P5. Where can he go? Round the last corner. Seems all nice and tidy. Comes to the line and goes P4. Good lap there from Lucky Lemon. Up to P4. Knocks his teammate down a place. As Drabsal, he's gone back out on a lap, so maybe does he think that that P3 is not safe enough? We'll find out, but yeah, so Flava's only going to use one, so yeah, it does seem Burt struggles a lot more with TT. He seems much better in the race, but K5M5, you will not care about that if he's starting next to you, because you can recover from your mistakes in quali. But we'll stick with Draftsal here on a lap, even though he's P3, which might get him through, and decide to go again. And he's properly pushing because he's set a purple first sector. As I would like to point out, fastest time... Oh, actually, never mind. That should be beaten. Fastest pole time yesterday in Q3 was a 1:12.0, so that still not has been beaten in quali yet, but in Q3 I think that will be dismantled. Anyway, let's see how Drabsal's middle sector fared. He had a poor last sector, Drabsal, so let's see if he can improve on this. He's 3/10 up currently, so it's been a great lap from him so far. And there should be track illusion as well, Mars, you're right. So, heading around the last 2 corners, sweeping through Drabsal. He's going to cross the line, and will this be P1? Yes, it will. It's a 1:11.7. I was just talking about breaching the Div 3 pole time, and he has smashed that with a 1:11.7. I doubt that's a used set. That should be a fresh set. Mars is right, and that is a incredibly quick time. Now he's 4/10 quicker than Mars. It is all about Q3 in the end, because that the top 3 should all progress to Q3. Berkey Valiant, he's P5, he's coming out, and he's just set a purple middle sector. So everyone seems to be improving. Either people are using fresh sets, or it is the track is evolving and getting quicker as time goes on. Rounding the last corner, Berkey Valiant. I think this lap will certify him a place in Q3, and he goes P3. It's a purple last sector as well, so must have lost it all in that first sector. So good lap by him. I think that will see him through as well. But who is on a lap who's currently in Emu, I should say. He's about to finish a lap. Where can he go? And he goes P5. So will that be enough to see him through to the next round? We will find out. But who else is on a lap in the drop zone? Jungle King on a lap. NSO Burt on a lap. Is NSO Burt on a lap? I think he is. And this is going to be a crucial lap here. This could be his last lap. So NSO Burt needs this one to count. He's going to cross the line and goes P10. It is only P10. He's backing off. So that'll be the last lap for NSO Burt. Unless he can get round to the line in time. But Jungle King's now gone P7. So if that is NSO Burt's last lap, then he'll be out of qualifying. But Strauker, he's on a lap. Skolade, he is ready to start lap as well. Tiger Gamer, he's invalidated, but I think we'll have time for one more. But could we see another upset in the form of NSO Burt? He's got to charge his ERS and get round to the line in time, so it's going to be close. Is Imu on a lap? No, I don't think he is. The Jungle King, good lap by him to go P7. And, you know, this puts Robot Reaction at risk. Robot Reaction, P8. As we'll look at Flov, and Flov now goes P2. Great lap there to join his teammate up in the top 3. As both McLarens look on the pace this afternoon. Striker up to P2. Great lap by him. Is anybody else on a lap? Tiger Gamer, I think this will be his last chance to move out of the bottom 5. So he's starting a lap now. So we'll see how he gets on. But is NSO Burt going to make it to the line? It's going to be close. He's only got 40% battery. Does he make it to the line? He does. So he can start this lap. But he doesn't have much ERS. And this might be NSO Burt out of the race. Lee Bob, he's on a lap. So can he lift himself out of the drop zone? Robo Reaction is down to P9. Robo Reaction could be going out of this session. But we'll keep with Lee Bob, as Emu's been disqualified from the session. So that does not help his cause. As across the line now, Lee Bob is out of qualifying. NSO Burt, he's currently on a lap. As, did somebody just go over order? I'm not sure. But, oh, Emu's been disqualified. That's why. So Emu is now out of qualifying. Emu is P14. So he's out of qualifying. That elevates Lee Bob back into the top 10. And NSO Burt is the only person, but he's invalidated. NSO Burt is the only one on the lap. And he's invalidated. The championship leader is out in Q2. And now Mars and Rotor Reaction are the only two chance contenders up into Q3. Lee Bob gets through by the skin of his teeth. He was P11 and he would have been out. But Emu's disqualification has got him into Q3. Emu, he's looked on the pace, but after using those fresh softs, he is now out of qualifying along with the championship leader, NSO Burt, Skolade, and Tiger Gaming. It's been a disaster qualifying for Haas. But wow, even more controversy in Q2. It is Drabsal at the top, Strelka with a late lap to go into P2, Mars P3, Berkey Valiant P2, and Hannes P5 to round out. So yeah, an absolutely chaotic session. Lee Bob will progress after it looked like he was out. And I don't know what Emu got disqualified for. It said driving the wrong way, but I don't know what happened. I'll just say chocolate. Okay, cheers for that. So yeah, it is NSO Burt, Chocolate, Tiger Gaming, and Emu out. So yeah, a crazy session here. That's just one car's DNF'd, another car's been DQ'd in this session. Absolutely crazy stuff. But Drabsal and the two McLarens look to be the ones to beat. This looks like a crazy battle will be progressing. So yeah, we'll move on to Q3, the all-important session. I don't know what happened to Emu. That's really unfortunate, but you still got a whole race ahead of you. So yeah, Lee Bob, by less than a tenth, gets through into Q3 and knocks the championship leader out. So this is a huge opportunity for Mars 935 and Robot Reaction to gain on NSO Burt in the championship to get their championship campaigns back on track. But first, they've got to qualify highly and convert in the race. And the first part of that is about to happen. So let's move to Q3. And who will be the first to come out on track to set and lap? So, it is Q3, 12 minutes to decide who will start on pole between these 10 highly skilled Div 2 drivers. This has been building from Q1 to Q2. Have had major shocks here. NSO Burt, K5M5, and Emu, all big shocks out in very strange ways. But who will be the first to set a lap, set the benchmark for all the other drivers to look at? I think it's Apollo Man who is first on track, followed closely. As I've only just realised, this is a good day for some of the teams. Both AlphaTauris through to Q3, both Alfa Romeos through to Q3, both Aston Martins and both McLarens through to Q3. This could be a huge gain in the championship for them. Drabsal, he is the only Ferrari who are leading the constructors, but he's going to have to carry it at the moment because Emu is down in 14th. So yeah, the constructors is a huge thing. Haas have had an absolute shock of this quality session. They will start 12th and 16th. So they need a huge race if they want to keep themselves in the constructors. But I think Apollo Man is the first one out. It is Apollo Man, followed closely by Lucky Lemon and Strelka and Mars. We need to keep a special eye on Mars because he's got 2 fresh sets of softs to capitalise on in this Q3 session. So I think he might be the best suited for pole this afternoon, but no pressure. But it will be Apollo Man who will be first to set a lap in this qualifying session. So let's keep with Apollo Man. He will be the one to set the benchmark. Swing it through the right left. Oh, sorry. I just looked at the constructor standings. I thought I got confused with Div 3. It is Haas who leads away, so that's even more crucial because Aston Martin, with both cars into Q3, can capitalise on Haas's poor qualifying. So this could be huge for the constructor championship. Mercedes also not too far behind, but they also are both out in Q2. So this has huge implications for both the drivers and constructor standings. But anyway, we'll keep with Apollo Man. Drabsal getting out of the way nicely. As obviously it's purple middle sector, but we'll see where that compares. Oh, let's just enable the things. As he's on medium, so maybe Apollo Man has already used all his softs. But through the last corner, the fastest lap so far has been a 1:11.7. Apollo Man crossed the line. It's a 1:13.3. So he might need to improve on that if he wants a better lap. As Lucky Lemon, he now goes fastest from a 1:12.3. As who else on the lap? Mars, I think might have been validated, but Strelka, here he comes across the line and he goes P2. It's a 1:13.2, so we'll see where that ends up. Jungo King, he's starting a lap as Mr. Hannes goes up to P1. It's a 1:12.0. Great lap by him. Berkey Ballion goes up into P2 on a 1:12.2 as Robot Reaction. He goes P4. There's been a spin at turn 1. Or is Strelka just trying to get out of the way of some drivers? But right now it's Hannes on top. What is Drabsal and Mars doing? Drabsal currently on a lap. Rounding turn 9. What is his middle sector going to be? He's not the fastest of the weekend so far. It's a purple middle sector. Oh, he's gone wide. He's gone wide. Or was that just a glitch? I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see how good his third sector is. He's not the quickest this weekend. Can Drabsal go up to provisional pole, rounding the last turn, little lift, 6th gear, crosses the line and goes P1. And he smashes Hanna's time. He is nearly 5/10 faster than the nearest car. What a lap from Drabsal, and he is certainly the one to beat. Mars coming into the pits after having a poor start to qualifying. We don't know what's happened to him, as Jungle King just went P7. It's a good lap by him. Is anybody else currently on a lap? Don't think so. I think they have all backed off. But what a lap from Drabsal to give nearly 5/10 quicker than the rest of the field. Mars currently the only one not to set a lap. He's got one of the quickest this weekend. So this is going to be incredibly fascinating. So yeah, Mars will have it all to do, unless he goes out for 2 laps. He'll have it all to do to catch this man, Drabsal, who is dominating Q3 so far. Great laps by Mr. Hannes and Berkey Valiant to go P2 and 3. But they and Mars need to find a huge chunk of time to try and beat Drabsal. And Drabsal, keep in mind, he's not in the championship fight. He started quite late, but when he's come in, he has showed his speed. Unless he puts on a huge comeback in the championship, he will not be winning this championship. So this could be seen as an obstacle for the likes of Robot Reaction. As is Robot Reaction currently on a lap? I think he is. So the man who's 3rd place in the championship, or he's 4/10 down now, so I'm not sure if he... Yeah, I think he's backed off now. But Robot Reaction and Mars only P5 and 10 when they are P3 and 4 in the championship. So it's a huge opportunity for 2 of their rivals. With 2 of their rivals out, for them to capitalise, and they need to do it now, as Mars is now the only car on track, so he might have a lap to himself. As Mr. Hanna's messed up turn 4, so we'll see how much time that did cause him. If it caused him 4/10 or not is a bigger question, because that gap looks insurmountable to Drabsal, but still a great effort from the Alfa Romeo either way to go P2. But let's keep with Mars. He will have the whole track to himself, so this will be a great sense of his pace. Can he challenge Drabsal? He seems like the man to do it. He's looked on pace with him this weekend. So when it matters in Q3, okay, when that's not a great start, spinning out on the exit, cost him about 2/10. So if he can find about 2/10 for the rest of the lap, you'll be right up there with Drabsal Hannes. But it will be Mars, the only car on track. Can he challenge Drabsal in P1, searing down the straight? Let's run our ball and make sure his turn 1 and 2 is all neat and tidy. Kissing the curbs, down to 3rd gear even. Seems all nice through the 1st sector, rounding turn 3. Let's see his 1st sector split, hugging the inside, getting an extra bit, might get a bit of marbles on his tyres though. His into sector 1 is not quite faster than Drabsal. But can he find his time in this middle sector as Lucky Lemon goes out for a lap? We might see some cars setting their last laps in Q3 now, but Mars is only focused on his lap. As he swings it through turn 7, goes a little bit wide, still gets a nice exit. Both Aston Martins now on an out lap. Swinging round turn 9, heading down the straight. What is his middle sector going to be like? He crosses a split, and it's a 40.4, 50.4. That is the fastest middle sector we have seen in this session so far. So, can he challenge Drabsal? Can he challenge the man who's looked on the pace all weekend? He's had 2 fresh sets of softs, but Mars rounding the last 2 corners, rounding now the last corner flat out, round turn 16, he crosses the line and goes P2, and he is 20 milliseconds behind Drabsal. You cannot get any closer than that, and that could be Mars's last lap in Q3 unless he can get round the lap it, unless he can charge his ERS or pit again. But barely any margins between the top 2. Mars has to concede for P2 for now. Well, let's ride on board with Lucky Lemon. He is starting a lap. And let's also keep a close eye on Robot Reaction, 3rd in the championship. He needs to capitalise on K5M5 and Big Bertie's mistakes. So heading down the straight is Lucky Lemon, about to cross the 1st sector split. So we'll see where his time compares to the front runners. And see if he can help his teammate out. It's a purple 1st sector. Lucky Lemon, he's been quietly making his way through the first few qualifying sessions. But now with a purple middle sector, can he translate that to a purple middle sector? This could be a huge shock in this qualifying session. Also neat and tidy from Lucky Lemon. But where can this lap put him? See his middle sector split. Lucky Lemon crosses the middle sector split. And does a 50.4, but he's 5 tenths up on his best lap. This could put him at least P3, or even better. Swirling round turn 14, round the last 2 corners. Where is Lucky Lemon going to put his Aston Martin? He could produce a huge shock here. As now he crosses the line and goes P3! And even he is less than a tenth behind Drabsal. And what the gap that looked insurmountable, people are now right on the back of it as Road Reaction. Here he comes to cross the line, and he can't improve on his time. And that might be the last lap for Road Reaction unless he can charge up his battery. So Road Reaction is failing to capitalise on his championship contenders' mistakes. We'll see where that puts him, as that is a bit wide from Reebok. But who else is on the lap right now? Hannes, 4th place man so far, is starting a lap. So we'll see what he can do. Winding through first 2 corners. Rounding turn 3. It is very close, Mars. As Mars is coming out on a lap now, he'll just have enough time to set a lap. He's slightly up in his time, but he said he lost all his time in turn 4. So should have gained a few tenths there. As Striker has now left the session. So that is another shame for the McLaren. He seems to be having a few connection issues. But all Hannes cares about right now is where he can put his Alfa Romeo. He's a rookie for this race. Keep in mind, this is a debutant and he is running incredibly highly. It's a 50.5, he's 2 tenths up, 2.5 tenths up on his best time. So could he be looking at the back of Drabsal, or will he maintain P4? Rounding the last few turns on the exit. Swirling around the last 2 turns. Nearly flat out through the last turn, he crosses the line and goes. And he stays P4. And he gets even closer to the cars in front. It's barely a tenth between the top 4. This is such a close qualifying session. As Berkey Ballion will be the penultimate car to cross the line. Mars will be the last one to cross the line. Let's look at Drabsal. He's slightly up on his best time. So if he were to improve this, then this will give him a brilliant chance at quali. But Mars has just started his lap with 5 seconds to go. The first car to cross the line will be a Parlour Man, but he's got to be wide, he's invalidated. The Parlour Man will start 9th for this Grand Prix, but can Drabsal improve on his time? Can he nearly guarantee himself P1 in this qualifying session? He crosses the line and he improves by 1.5 tenths. It's a 1:11.4. What a lap from Drabsal. As let's keep an eye on Mars, but who will be next to cross the line? Mr. Hannes isn't on a lap. Who will be next? I think it's Jungle King on a lap, but he is also down, so he will not be setting a lap. Leebob crossed the line, he stays P8. But Berkey Ballion set a purple middle sector. Berkey Ballion and Mars are the only 2 people to challenge Drabsal. Berkey Ballion will be the first to cross the line. There's only 2 runners left to try and get pole. Berkey Ballion round the last turn. Where can he put his Red Bull? He stays P5. Let's go to Mars. Can he displace Drabsal? He's coming up to the line now and he goes. He stays P2. It's a purple last sector. He stays P2. It will be Drabsal on pole for the Div 2 race here in Spain. What a lap. What a qualifying session. 3 tenths between the top 5. But what a lap from this driver in the Ferrari. He's joined late, but he is showing his pace. And he will start on pole for the race, which will commence shortly. Commiserations to Mars and Lucky Lemon especially, coming out of nowhere to suddenly jump up into P3. But the 2 championship contenders, Mars and Road Reaction, will start 2nd and 7th. So Mars could do with a great race, as Mars says he has a few screen freezes, so unfortunate for him. Hannes on his debut, great effort by him to go P4, only a 10th off P2. Berkey Ballion, also great job. Jungo King even, he's a Div 3 driver, and he's yesterday's winner as well. Could Jungo King win both weekends? That would be really something. But Jungo King P6, Great job by him. Championship contender, P3 in the standings. Remote reaction, only P7. So I don't think he capitalised as much on the errors of Big Bertie and K5 and 5 as much as he would have liked. But still. Yeah, we are getting ready for the race. So it'll be interesting to see the weather as well, because I don't know weather forecasts we're about to load into. So let's wait for the weather. Is it sunny or is it rainy? We're just waiting. Let's hope no one disconnects as well during the race. And this is sunny. Oh, okay. As I say that, Hannes has left the session. I don't think I have him added. One of you can one of you invite Hannes, because I do not have him added. Yeah, I don't have Hannes added. Let's hope we can get him in, especially since he's made such a good effort in qualifying. Let's also hope nobody readies up early so we can. Let's hope Hannes can get back in soon. I don't have him, unfortunately. Okay, I think Mars sent you an invite, Hannes, so let's hope we can get you back in. Okay, Hannes has joined, so thank the Lord for that. The rookie will get his chance to shine without disconnecting issues, so we should be starting shortly. So everybody is in. Let's hope there's no more disconnection issues. But no safety cars, so I will be having to commentate all the way. And we have got an enthralling race ahead of us. This race. I'm just going to ask if we're readying. I think we're going to ready up now shortly because Hannes is back in. So we're waiting for Mars on his command. So yeah, I think Mars and Dravsal, I think, are in for a great battle at the front. Mars could do winning this race because he's fourth in the championship and 40 points behind. 40 points behind the championship leader, Big Bertie. So it's a great chance for him to capitalise. Oh, if you have the same screen as KJ, Hannes, I think you press X to like the spectator menu, and then like go until you find your name, and then I think it'll say a quick driver. I think someone will explain to you. We're just trying to get Hannes into the car. Yeah, so maybe like select if you can hear me, Hannes, like select the select this. Oh, and Hannes is now left again. Okay. Okay, we're still waiting for Hannes to join back in. Having a few technical issues. Okay, so it might be the case that you can only take control when the race starts. So we might have to start the race and then Hannes will take control as soon as he's back in, as soon as the race starts. Okay, yeah. So I think we're gonna start the race. So we're gonna start the race and hopefully Hannes can take control of his car. So I think people are starting to ready up, so we'll be getting away shortly. Let's hope Hannes can take control of his car. And here we are. We have 5 red lights for the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go. Mars already looking at Drabs out. Now heading down the straight, a long run down to turn 1. They're all slipstreaming each other. Jungle King with a good start. On the inside, they're 4 wide here, turn 1 in the back. What a start from a Parliament in the back as he's ghosting as Hannes is obviously disconnected. Oh, and the spun rounds. Let's spun round. Parliament, I should say. Berkey Valiant, a both spun round. But it's Drabs out away and in the lead. Lucky Lemon right behind Mars. Having a look into turn 4. Jungle King still in P5 as they're all squabbling at the back. Look at this. As Emu up to P10 after starting P14. As Tiger Gamer and Stralka going wheel to wheel. K5M5 also down at the back. Wheel to wheel with Nexa. On the exit it is Robot Reaction, wheel to wheel of his championship rival Burt, and Burt has got ahead of Robot Reaction. That is crucial for the championship as they make contact nearly. Emu makes contact with Tiger Gamer as it's turn 9. Emu right on the outside. What a move from the Mercedes as Leebop on the inside of Jungle King into turn 11, and he gets that move done. What a move from Alfa Romeo as they all seem a bit clean apart from that crash at turn 1 as right on the outside goes second place behind the championship over Stralka and nearly making contact as what a move from K5M5 to get up into P12. Great race, great move from him as now heading down the straight he's dropped out with a 7/10 gap over Mars, over Lucky Lemon. Mr. Han is 5 cents behind that. I think he's got back control of his car, so that's good for him. As Shoke wheel to wheel with Robot Reaction dropping down the order a bit as nearly making contact. Great racing there. Chocolate up into P8 as Emu now, he's looking at the back of Robot Reaction. What is happening? Sue, Fiesta Mind of Robot Reaction on the inside of Stralka's out of the race. What has happened to him? But now heading round turn 4 and into turn 5 is Emu having a look round the back of Robot Reaction. Let's have a look at what tyres people are on. As it's a hards for Lucky Lemon, mediums for most others. Emu has started on the soft, so we'll see how he gets on. But Stralka, the only retirement so far. Everyone seems, there was a little spin at the back, but they seem to have gotten away with no damage. So they all seem all right so far. Hannes right on the back of Lucky Lemon. Let's see if he can shake for a move. As Robot Reaction, he's now been overtaken by Emu, I think. But on the exit he is. So Robot Reaction dropping down the order. The championship contender is really struggling so far. But look, let's look at position change. What a start from Emu. Gained 5 positions. But let's have a look down the straight. Mr. Hannes gaining on Lucky Lemon. Both on the same tyres. Can Hannes shake for a move into turn 1? No, just chill behind for now. And let's look for moves back as Tiger Gamer now on the inside of Robot Reaction. He's really dropping back now as Robot Reaction's got it back. But now with the switch back, trying to get back ahead as K5M5, he's looking to get past his championship rival. As on the exit, look at all these cars battling as Tiger Gamer trying to go down the inside. Doesn't quite work out. As Chocolate, he's now battling with Emu as Emu has a little down the inside. Into turn 5, gives him a room. Emu now on the inside. Let's run aboard the Haas. Emu on the inside takes P9, and those softs are really working well for him. After starting P14 on the grid, he is now P8. What a start from him, and now he's looking at the back of NSO Burt. But if we go back to the front, the two Alfa Romeos are looking to capitalise on the struggling Lucky Lemon, who is on those hards. Mars is just keeping in the DRS of Drabsal in front. There's very battling going on behind. Roll Reaction's still struggling to get up to speed. As Emu, he's also on the back of NSO Burt. But let's look at the battle for P4 up front. And he'll have the DRS. Mars sets fastest lap. As what's happened to Jungle King? What's happened to Jungle King? We'll have a look at that later. But here comes Mr. Hannes looking at P4. And he's now ahead of Lucky Lemon. And using those medium sides to advantage as we look in the back. NSO Burt wheel to wheel with Emu. As Emu up into P6. It's been a phenomenal start from the Ferrari as we look back. It's a whole train of cars here. As Road Reaction up into P9, he must have gained a free position. Down to turn 4. Road Reaction still P9, needs to recover after his poor start. As we look back to the lead now, Mars is keeping with Drabsal, he's keeping his DRS crucially. And whether he can try and shake for a move or he's just going to chill behind for now, we will see later on. But look at this whole gaggle of cars. They're all within the DRS of each other. Brilliant stuff here. As Apollo Man, Jungle King, and Berkey Valiant lucky to both Alpha Tauris got into Q3, but now 30 for 40. So here comes K5M5. Having a look down the inside of Tiger Gamer. Wheel to wheel, he hits the curb. And on the exit, Tiger Gamer will just stay ahead. And that's only cost them time. As Mars made an error. Mars made an error. He's now 3 seconds behind Drabsal. And Mr. Hannes now all over the back of the McLaren. Is he going to try and shake for a move? What's happened to Mars? He's heading down the straight. Mr. Hannes pulls out and he's up as P2 on his debut. A horrible lap for Mars after looking at the back of Drabsal. He's now looking at the back of Mr. Hannes. Is K5M5 battling with Tiger Gamer in the background. They make a bit of contact. Tiger Gamer just staying ahead. Now on the exit. Oh, Tiger Gamer sliding around. K5M5 round the outside. Oh, they make contact. Tiger Gamer spins round. As I don't think K5M5 was at fault there. They just seem to drift into each other. But K5M5 up to P5 in a bit of an unorthodox way. Road Reaction. He's now, and look, all 3 championship contenders right next to each other on the track. As Mars is looking to recover after his error. He's still right on the back of Mr. Hannes. As he goes a bit wide there. Does Mars, as the gap between him, Mr. Hannes, and Drabsal kind of staying at 3 seconds. But there's a battle for P2, a train all the way down to P5. Emu is starting to catch them on those soft tyres, still not died out yet. 2 Alpha Tauris going wheel to wheel. Jungle King gets ahead of his teammate, Apollo Man. As Chocolate, under pressure from NSO Burt, who's under pressure from Road Reaction, and K5M5 not too far behind them anyways. But Chocolate under pressure from NSO Burt burning his ERS, pulls to the inside and is ahead. As Road Reaction, he's now trying to get both of them as Road Reaction down the inside nearly. When he gets ahead of his teammate, he gets ahead of Chocolate, I should say, as Chocolate loses 2 positions down the straight. Not a great lap for him so far, as is there going to be a bit of team orders between him and K5M5? We will see later. Mars still keeping with Hannes. Lucky Lemon, he's dropped off the back a bit, but he's done well to maintain his position. On the hard tyres, Liebob keeping him on his feet. But Road Reaction will want to keep with Burt, his championship rival, for now. Ooh, a little bit of a slide there from Road Reaction on the exit. The gap between Drabsal and Master Hannes, keeping it 3 seconds for now. Is Mars going to shake for a move on Mr. Hannes? Does he feel like he's quicker at this point in time? We'll have a look down the straight. Is he going to burn any ERS to try and get past the Alfa Romeo? Ooh, not a great run out of the last corner, so I think Mr. Hannes will have that position for now. But Liebob, he's right on the back of Lucky Lemon, heading down the straight. Lucky Lemon goes defensive, but heading into turn 1. Is it inevitable? Yes, it is. Liebob takes P4. Alfa Romeo having a brilliant race so far. As Road Reaction wheel to wheel champion contender. And Road Reaction up into P7. That is a crucial move. As Chocolate now trying to get back at NSO Burt after being overtaken earlier. This will help his teammate. Chocolate all over back of the Mercedes. Just holds behind for now. And K5M5 is looking to capitalise on his championship contenders in front. You don't know where to look in this race. Battles everywhere you go. Lucky Lemon still right behind Leebob. And Emu, his softs still haven't quite died out yet. He's keeping these two on their toes, ready to capitalise on any mistakes they make. Oh, and now on the exit, Lucky Lemon is coming back at Leebob on the inside. Oh, get very close as Lucky Lemon has a bit of a slide on the exit. As now here comes Emu trying to capitalise round the outside as the two Hasses go wheel to wheel in the background. K5M5 ahead of his teammate. And now all he's got is the two championship rivals in front of him. But Lucky Lemon, can he come back at Leebob? He's got the DRS and he's only 2 seconds behind, so surely he'll get the move done. And now to the inside, he will get that move done. And back up into P4. And retakes that position. But here he goes. Neneso Burt back at his championship rival. Here comes K5M5 down the inside of Rotor Reaction. Rotor Reaction loses 2 positions. But does he? He's still wheel to wheel K5M5. K5M5 with the inside. Does take P8 I should say. And now he's right behind Neneso Burt. As someone's broken the braking marker. 4 turn 4. So that might be a bit difficult. But yeah, a very congested field up front. Drabsal currently just chilling up front, managing the gap between him and Hannes behind. So he is happy to just maintain his pace for now. Mars, he seems happy chilling behind him as well. As, ooh, and Leebob went a bit wide there, I think. But he is still keeping Lucky Lemon honest. Is Emu's soft starting to die out maybe a little bit? But it's still been a great start either way from him. As the 3 championship contenders still right behind each other. And I think there's been a spin from Berkey Valiant. He's hit the wall. Berkey Valiant with front wing damage. He's hit the wall. And now Mars got a 3-second time penalty. Now that is important for this race. Mars with a 3-second time penalty as Rotor Reaction's now been overtaken by Chocolate. So Chocolate now ahead of Rotor Reaction. As here are the 2 championship contenders. NSO Burt and K5M5 having a little duel into turn 1 as Rotor Reaction gets back ahead of Chocolate. So nice little battle there, having Mars right on the back of Hannes as Apollo Man gets a penalty as well. Their race are pretty much screwed. Ooh, a little slide there from Mars. Lucky Lemon, he's been re-overtaken by Leebob. Sorry, miss as Emu. Maybe his tyres hasn't gone off. They are still right behind us. K5M5 gets ahead of his championship rival. NSO Burt trying to go back down the inside. Round the outside goes K5M5. He has a little slide on the exit. Right up all of NSO Burt. He can now see the Haas in front of him. And the 2 championship contenders swap places. K5M5 will be gaining points on NSO Burt this race. He's 20 points behind coming into this race. Could it be less than that? But look at these 3 battling for P4. Mars. Mars got past Mr. Hannes. Sorry, I missed that. I don't know when that happened. But Mars has got back ahead of Mr. Hannes. And he's now trying to continue his pursuit on P1 Drabsal. On the exit, is it about the time that those mediums start to drop off? Is Lucky Lemon going to try and get back ahead of Leebob? Well, it looks like it because he's under pressure. For both of them, they're not going to go free wide. They are, nearly are. Lucky Lemon on the inside of Leebob, running outside, nearly making contact. Brilliant racing. Brilliant move from Lucky Lemon to get up into P4. As now, here comes Emu trying to get ahead. Leebob covering him off. Now trying to go around the outside of Leebob. Nearly making contact. Trying to go right outside, but it's never going to work. Leebob still holding the position. Brilliant racing. As now he goes down the inside. Bit of contact made. Riding on board with Emu. On the exit, they're making more contact. But Leebob has to see the place. Emu up to P5, starting P14 on the grid. Great combat spinning from far. Bit robust against him. But NSO Burt losing touch to his rival, K5M5. And now he's got his other rival, Rotor Reaction, right behind him. And Chocolate's got Rotor Reaction also for company, as he's right behind them. You just don't know where to look in this race. Hannes keeping with Mars in front, as they are slightly catching Drab. So let's keep an eye on that fight. But Emu, his softs are still not dead. It's been a great race, AMG, so far. Brilliant battling, as now you can see it now. Rotor Reaction running outside his championship contender. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Oh, what a move. As now, NSO Burt, he's lost 2 positions now, as now he comes into the pits. Championship leader having a little wobble there, as Emu gets ahead of Lucky Lemon. His softs have not died out yet. What a race this is turning out to be. Battles everywhere you look. As Chocolate now gets past Rotor Reaction, so just as NSO Burt pits, Rotor Reaction loses the place to Chocolate, and now this could do his teammate a favour, K5M5. if he holds up Rotor Reaction, but K5M5 starting to catch the cars in front slightly. But when will Lucky Lemon's hards come into their own, and when will Emu's softs die out? He's doing brilliantly on them so far to still maintain their pace. As Mr. Hannes and Mars still staying in DRS of each other, Drabzal still maintaining the gap at the front. And after Mars made that error, he just hasn't seemed to been able to catch back up to Drabzal. But close battle on track, Rotor Reaction still right behind Chocolate as Berkey Balance sets the fastest lap. He's pitted after getting front wing damage and spinning. But Lucky Lemon still right behind Emu. Emu's still staying out. He's really extending his stint as Lucky Lemon goes off a track. And that gets him a 3-second time penalty. So, again, another crucial point in this race as Mr. Hannes, he now re-overtakes Mars. He goes a bit deeper. Can Mars get the switch back round the outside? As Mars does get the place back. Great racing there. Mars does not want to cede the position to the Alfa Romeo. Mr. Hannes on his debut against one of the most experienced Div 2 drivers. Just holding back for now. As Lee Bob and Lucky Lemon still behind Emu. Emu awaiting the point where his tyres will drop off. Draftsal still chilling up at the front. As these two try and hunt him down, can't quite do it at the moment. Emu, a brilliant job. Let's have a look at the position change just to confirm. 10 positions gained, a brilliant start. Also great recovery so far from K5M5. He's slightly gaining on the 3 cars in front, so we'll see what he can do. Rotor Reaction still behind Chocolate, so let's see what he does. Also keep an eye on Enzo Burt. He is pitted extremely early, so we'll see if he can undercut any cars in front. We've got back to the battle for P2. Mars looks to have just covered off Mr. Hannes for now. The gap still maintains 4 seconds between him and Drabzal in front. As is Hannes going to have a move into turn 1? No, just holds behind for now. Heading down the straight, Lucky Lemon close to Emu. Still not going to happen. Is Rotor Reaction close enough to shake for a move on Chocolate? He's gaining. Is he going to for a move into turn 1? Has a little look. Doesn't go for the move. Races calm down slightly. Mr. Hannes still pressuring Mars for that P2 spot. They just can't seem to catch Draftsal at the moment. He is chilling up front right now. As Tiger Gaming comes into the pits. And so Bert still progressing that undercut on those fresh hard tyres. We'll see how he gets on. As Rotor Reaction, he's practically pushing Chocolate around these corners. But still, this train of 3 still continues. K5M5 slightly catching them. Looking to gain points on NSO Burt in the championship. So is Rotor Reaction, but not having as good of a racer as him. As we cut back to the battle for P2, Hannes looks a lot closer this time. It's down the straight. Oh, as Emu finally comes into the pit, so those softs have died for him. As here comes Hannes, he's now on the inside of Mars. Is this going to be the move for P2? Down the inside, is Mars going to try and fight it? Tries to get the switch back. Trying to go around the outside, now at turn 2. That'd be audacious. As now he's got the inside for turn 3, and he does get P2 back. This is brilliant defending from Mars. I think he just doesn't want to lose time to Drabzal in front, but that's exactly what they're doing with this battling in front. As with Emu now pitting, where is he going to come out? Where is NSO Burt? He's only running the last corner, so Emu, that's been a brilliant stint from him on the soft tyres. So is he going to maybe try and undercut the 2 cars in front, as Nexa is also pitting? But Lucky Lemon, on the hards, are those mediums going to start to die out? Can he try and catch Mars and Mr. Hannes in front? It's 3 seconds. Let's keep an eye on that gap. Lee Bob has now dropped out the DRS of Lucky Lemon, so maybe those hards are starting to become the preferred tyre right now. As how much more defending can Mars do on Mr. Hannes? We've got a 6/10 gap for now, that seems enough, as Rotor Reaction has got back past Chocolate. Let's see if he can maintain that position. Gap between Lee Bob and K5M5 still just keeping where it is. I think K5M5 is still a bit more bothered about where NSO Burt is, but he's still having a great race so far. Keep an eye on the gap between... let's do it to the leader, because that'll give us a better sense. So, the gap between Emu and Oh, it's Chocolate. As I said, Road Reaction got back. And they're battling now into turn 1, and Chocolate has got back past. It's been a race-long battle so far. It's still continuing. But the gap between Emu and Mr. Hannes is 24 seconds. You lose about 21 seconds in a pit stop here. So let's keep an eye on that to see if any of these two will cover off the undercut from Emu. Oh, as Mars goes off a track there, a little wiggle from the McLaren driver. Lucky Lemon still having a great race so far. On those hard tyres, how long will he go? How long will he go on those hard tyres, and how long can he go? Can he go to softs at the end? That's another question as well. As Liebob now, he now comes into the pit, so this will be interesting to see where he comes out in comparison to Emu, because this will give us a sense of how much time they have lost to the Ferrari. So let's see where Emu is right now. Rounding the last corner. Liebob heading down the pit straight now. It's going to be a lot of time. Emu's undercut is really working, as look, there goes Emu. He's lost nearly like 3 seconds, I'd say. So this could be a huge undercut. Let's have another look at the gap. Now the gap's 22 seconds. Emu could undercut both Mr. Hannes and Mars. I don't know if they realise this, whether they're fine with that and want the fresh tyres at the end, but if they don't realise it, this could be a huge setback for them. Lucky Lemon still just maintaining his own race. K595 also still quite lonely. Chocolate and Robots. Oh, Chocolate's made a mistake there, so that's going to end the race-long battle these two have had so far. So that's ended that battle, but as Drabsal is now coming into the pit, so is Mars and so is Hannes. So all the top 3, all pitting, all at the same time. As now into the pit lane, let's hope no one speeds in the pit lane, and they don't. Lucky Lemon staying out on his hard tyres. But let's keep an eye on where Emu is. Can he undercut the top? Well, he should be able to undercut K5M5 and Mars, but coming around the penultimate corner, where is Mr. Hannes and Mars? Mars has stayed ahead of Hannes in the pit lane, but heading down the straight. Where is the 2 cars in front of him coming out of the pit lane? Here they are, now heading down the straight. He's going to be ahead of Hannes, heading into turn 1. Mars, wheel to wheel with Emu, and Emu has undercut both the drivers. Mars and Hannes have been undercut by the Ferrari driver who started 14th on the grid. What a drive this has been, as Enzo Burt gets out of Robot Reaction and Jungle King as they pit. But what a drive this has been from Emu so far to take a net P2. I know he's on older tyres. He's on 3-lap older tyres than the cars behind. But this is crucial for the context of this race. Wait, is Mr. Hannes... Mr. Hannes is on the mediums. But I could have sworn that he started on the hards. Anyway, he's having a look at the back of Mars. I think Hannes started on the mediums, I'm pretty sure. I'll check the race director. Hannes did start on the medium, so Hannes has got to pit again. I don't know what that strategy is, but he has got to pit again. Hannes going for a day shot as everybody pits now. So Lucky Lemon on those hard tyres, he's now pit as Hannes now gets ahead of Mars. So he needs to capitalise while these medium tyres are still fast. As Mars, remember, has that 3-second time penalty, so that is also crucial. And let's see, is a Ferrari 1-2. That is something I did not think I would be saying at the start of this race. But it is a Ferrari 1-2, ladies and gentlemen. But Hannes is looking to spoil that as he is right behind Emu. As crucially, K5M5 has pitted and come back out ahead of his championship rival. And Road Reaction, he's only 5 tenths behind him, and he's got 7-lap fresher tyres, so he should be able to get past his rival in the championship. As here comes Hannes. Not shaved for a move there. It's a purple middle sector, so Hannes really flying on these mediums. And he needs to if he wants any chance at a podium now with this strange strategy, I will say. But on the exit, is Emu going to fight this in any way? Does he want to help his teammate Drabsal in any way? But rounding the last corner, using DRS, Emu, I don't think putting much of a fight. Fastest lap from Hannes, a 13.8. Very quick lap from him. So he's now ahead of Emu, and can he catch Drabzal on those medium tyres? We will find out. And can Mars try and challenge Hannes as well? Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, both having amazing races. Liebov P5. That's Road Reaction ahead of his rival, NSO Burt, and is up into P8. So K5M5 is now the car ahead of him. The pole time was a 1:11.4 only star. 1:11.4 by Drabzal. So yeah, Emu dropping back a little bit from Mr. Hannes, but that's expected with those fresh mediums of the Alfa Romeo. So let's monitor the gap between him and Drabzal. Closest battle on track right now is 4P3, but let's keep in mind Mars has that penalty, and depending on how the other two drivers do get, the other drivers get penalties, that will put him back. Maybe even behind Lee, but as Road Reaction now gets a time penalty. So that is not going to help his race, as that will put him behind NSO Burt at the moment, but we'll see how that gap extends across the race. As Emu keeping with Mr. Hines for now. And Hannes not quite able to make an impact on Drabzal right now. I think he wants to try and break the DRS off the car behind, but we'll see how that unfolds. Right now, this is the closest battle on track. And Mars, the only championship contender in the top 6, K5M5 and Road Reaction, and NSO Burt, all not scoring very highly. So this could be a great chance for Mars to capitalise, but with that penalty, it will set him back a bit. I think he'll still be on for a podium, but he might want more from this weekend. And he'll need to build a 3-second gap on all the cars if he wants to gain those positions. As NSO Burt is falling nearly a second a lap behind Road Reaction, so I think he will get that gap over 3 seconds. It's been a brilliant race so far. Only 2 DNFs. Battles everywhere you look. So heading down the straight, is Emu going to shake for a move? Is Mars going to shake for a move? I think they're quite happy chilling as Chocolate now gets the time penalty as well. That won't affect his race at the moment as Emu gets back ahead of Master Hines. So is he now going to try and pursue his teammate? But Emu, I still can't believe his drive. Started P14 and he's made it a Ferrari 1-2 up to P2. And let's monitor the gap between him and Drabzal. Can he start to catch his teammate? Speaking of Drabzal, we haven't really seen him all race. He's just been monitoring the gap, chilling up front. And we'll see how the rest of the race transpires, but he looks in control at the moment. Max Verstappen-esque drive. As NSO Burt is really struggling on his old hards, Chocolate is also starting to catch him. But still, this battle for P2 rages on. Keep the gap to the leader. So yeah, I'm not sure about this strategy call from Mr. Hannes. If he pits now, he will come out. Oh, and he's pitting now. So that has been a very short stint from Hannes. I don't know what his strategy is. But he's coming to the pits. And as I said, if he pits now, he'll come out about P9, P8. And I'm assuming he's going to put the softs on. So is he put the... What did he put? Has he put the hards on? He's put the hards on. I don't know what on earth this strategy call is from Hannes, but it is clearly not working as Berkey Ballion has had another spin. So as Chocolate comes out, as Chocolate gets ahead of NSO Burt and comes out just behind Hannes. So that's now left these two to their own devices. But yeah, right now, we've got a lot of penalties down the field. Right now, Lucky Lemon would still hold on to P5. Lee Bob, he's getting caught by Lucky Lemon, but Lucky Lemon will have to build a 3-second gap on the Alfa Romeo if he wants to finish ahead. But let's see how Hannes' pace gets on now, because it's a very strange strategy from the Alfa Romeo. Let's see how it works out. But yeah, incredibly strange. As Emo and Drabsal, I think the gap is just kind of maintaining. If they get a Ferrari 1-2 this afternoon, that would be a miracle. Mars obviously right behind him, as he's going to shape for a move down the inside into turn 1, wheel to wheel with Emu. Is Emu going to let him go? Well, he kind of does, but the main thing is Mars is up into P2, and I think his goal now is to try and build a 3-second gap on Emu, but that is going to be an incredibly tough task. Otherwise, it's just got to hope that they get a penalty. So, yeah, very, very interesting stuff. The gap is 5 seconds of Draftstar. Draftstar just keeps extending that marginally and marginally until it's unrecoverable. He's lapped Berkey Valiant as well, just to add to the misery. The thing is, can Emu stick with Mars? As Lucky Lemon, I told you he was catching Leebob, but he's really catching him. And he might be able to build a 3-second gap on the Alfa Romeo by the end of the race. It's curbs a bit though, so that won't help him. On the exit, I think Lucky Lemon will be really shaping for a move on the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, this could have been such a good race for Alfa Romeo, but now this seems to be dropping back a bit. Here comes Lucky Lemon. I don't think Leebob will fight this. He'll just be hoping to stay within 3 seconds of the Aston Martin. But Lucky Lemon, on those fresh mediums, is up into P4. On track, that is, but he'll have to build a 3-second gap if he wants to keep that. Master Hannes is lapping very quickly. The next car in his sights is Robot Reaction. Hoping he will still finish ahead of him right now as it stands, because Robot Reaction does have a penalty. But will he be able to catch K5M5 after that as well? Which is a big question. Yeah, he's got very good pace, does Mr. Hannes. I think he's the fastest man on track right now. Let's have a look at penalties. So Mars, Lucky Lemon, Robot Reaction, and Chocolate all have 3-second penalties. So that could put them down quite a few spots. As Lucky Lemon trying to break the DRS of Leebob. He might be able to do that by the end of his lap, but Leebob's still within a second. So I think he'll just keep with him for now. Master Hannes, though, he's absolutely flying. He's already within a second of Robot Reaction, nearly. He might get DRS here, you know. Oh no, I think Robot Reaction just holds on for now. As Emu now battling with Mars. Mars has now lost a position after he was probably hoping to extend the gap between him and Emu. He's now lost a position on track to Emu again. So, not great from Mars. He'll be hoping to... He might just have to settle for P3 here, you know, as... What's up to NSO Burt? NSO Burt, coming into the pits, as he's now pitting for softs. And this is turning into a disaster day for the championship leader. He's going to lose a ton of points to his rivals. But here is Hannes as... Oh, Leebob there. Cut to him just as he was having a massive slide. I was going to say, he's keeping with Lucky Lemon nicely. So, as it stands, as K5M5, even he could finish ahead of Lucky Lemon. He's really catching these two. But here is Mr. Hannes. Closest battle on track right now. He will be right on the back of Robot Reaction. Mars also around the back of Emu, but is he just going to stay behind for now? Yes, he is lifting off. I don't think Mr. Hannes will be doing any lifting off as he now rounds the final corner. He's got the DRS. He hasn't... Is Robot Reaction? No. Robot Reaction also low on DRS, but Hannes on the inside of the Aston Martin and is up into P7. And now he can try and start his pursuit on K5M5 in front. As... Oh, I think K5M5 might be in a bit of trouble here. He looks to be extremely low on fuel. You can see the lift and coasting he's doing. And the little yellow avatar of low on fuel signifies that. So this could be... well, first of all, let's hope he doesn't run out of fuel, but this will help Hannes catch him even more. So, big implications here. K5, the highest running championship contender, other than Mars. And he is second in the championship. Mars is the lowest championship contender. He is 4th. but this could propel him right up the order. But he looks to just be settling for P3 right now. He doesn't seem to be able to build a gap on Emu. I think he's just settling down. Staying behind just for now. Yeah, Mr. Hanna is seriously catching K5M5. He could still get a top 5 by the end of this race. As here comes Lee Bob. He's coming back at Lucky Lemon and nearly wheel to wheel. Lucky Lemon coming back at him. Wheel to wheel with the Alfa Romeo on the outside now. Trying to get hold of it around the outside. Lucky Lemon can't hold it. And Lee Bob is back up into P4. There's now 7 seconds behind Mars. That's lost him a lot of time. As now K5M5, even having to save fuel, he's back within 3 seconds of Lucky Lemon. He's catching both of these. So it's a great job from K5M5 if he's managing this fuel issue. Hannah's catching these 3 over. Wow, this could be an almighty battle for P4 at the end of this race. Mars just chilling behind Emu at the moment. Just trying to force him into an error, as he could do with another 3 seconds on the Ferrari driver. But he is looking ever more likely a Ferrari 1-2. Back to Drabsal. We've barely seen him all race. After leading on lap 1, he is just absolutely bolted. And he's managed that gap between the 2 cars behind. You can see him in the distance, but they are not able to catch him. I think, yeah, Mars is still just chilling behind Emu. I think. No, he's going for a move. No, he's not. Braking early, just backing out. Still trying to force it into an error. Lucky Lemon's coming back at Lee Bob. Down the inside, into turn 1. Will Lee Bob try and hang it around the outside? No, he won't. Lucky Lemon back up into P4, but he's just unable to build a gap on the Aston Martin, it seems like. As K5M5, even with his fuel saving, he's still catching these lot. Mr. Hannes is catching this lot. Like I said, this battle for P4 is really coming down to the wire. It's all relaxed at the front, with Mars not wanting to get into a crash. He knows he's gaining on his championship rivals. He knows he doesn't have to take any risks. And he knows that he probably can't get P2 or P1 anymore. But what a day for Ferrari. This will properly propel them up in the constructors' standings. Let's just have a look at the standings now. As Mars now gets another 3-second penalty. And that has pretty much all but confirmed it now, that he will not be able to get any higher than P3 in this race. He's now overtaking Emu. I don't think Emu will mind that, as he's just happy chilling behind the McLaren. As Leibov now gets back ahead of Lucky Lemon, as these two keep trading positions. Maybe they're just trying to get a bit more speed up, trading positions. Yeah, Hannes with the Ferrari strat. Indeed, he could still get P4 in this race. He's avoided the penalties. And he's catching K5M5. And K5M5 is catching Lucky Lemon and Leebob. But Emu will just be chilling behind Mars for now. And he will just be content with chilling behind, because he knows he can't catch his teammate in front. Maybe he doesn't even want to catch Drabsal in front. He is happy with his Ferrari 1-2. Let's have a look at the positions gained again, because what a drive this has been from Emu. Started P14, got disqualified from quali in a way he deemed as unfair, and now he's looking at a P2 finish to help his team Ferrari get 1 and 2. As here, I was talking about K5M5's catching them. He's now within the DRS of them. As Lucky Lemon, is his medium starting to go off? He seems to be struggling a bit. K5M5 will be ready to capitalise. Heading down the straight. Hannes all the while gaining on this lot. As Lucky Lemon just chilling behind Leebob at the moment. Mars still ahead of Emu up front. But let's keep an eye on this battle. Ooh, was there a bit of a mistake there from Leebob? Went a bit wide, it seemed. All the marbles flying around. Ooh, a little bit wide there from Lucky Lemon. K5M5, it's still fuel saving, I think, so the odds are against him here. But yeah, great drive from K5M5 and Emu either way, whatever happens. Let's have a look at penalties. Mars would be only 6 seconds, everyone else on 3 seconds right now. So Bert has been unable to get the fastest lap after pitting for those softs. As look, Hannes can now see the 3 cars in front of him. Will Lucky Lemon try and re-overtake Lee Bob? I think Lee Bob will want a bit of a cushion between him and K5M5, as they are fighting for position because neither of them have penalties. But all it takes is maybe another warning for one of these drivers to get another penalty, and Lucky Lemon is going to overtake Lee Bob. So now K5M5 has got a driver on track for position that he can overtake, and now Lee Bob's gone a bit wide. He's trying to go around the outside, turn 3 maybe, trying to get the switch back. He's burning a bit of overtake. Is he going to the inside of turn 4? Lee Bob goes defensive, trying to go around the outside. K5M5 now still not quite getting there, as he's extremely low on fuel. K5M5, has he done enough saving? The little yellow thing is there, so it'll be interesting to see whether he can fight the cars in front and make it to the end on fuel. And now Hannes is now within a DRS range of this lot, so we have now got a 4-way battle, 4P4 in this race. Lucky Lemon will drop behind all of them, but if these 3 squabble, that could allow Lucky Lemon to get away. Emu's still chilling behind Mars. He's happy in P2 as it's on the penultimate lap. Drabzal still all okay up front, no penalties, no problems. I think down the straight, Lucky Lemon going a bit defensive maybe. K5M5 also trying to catch him, as here comes Lee Bob on the inside of Lucky Lemon as they switch positions again. Is there a bit of teamwork here? This is keeping K5M5 and Mr. Hannes at bay right now. Ooh, and on the exit, Lucky Lemon goes a bit wide. As here comes K5M5 trying to capitalise. Go round the outside. It's not going to work, is it? Ooh, it's getting tight. Just squeezes him off. And now Lee Bob pulls away slightly from 2 cars behind. Here's Hannes now trying to capitalise on all 3 of them. We've got a huge last lap battle here for the final P4, P5, P6 and P7. As Chocolate's caught up to Row Reaction, and they both got 3-second penalties, so that is for position. So that'll be a good battle as well. We got many last lap battles coming on to this last lap. Drabzal, he's got no problems up front, and he, barring any colossal or gigantic failures, is easily going to win this race. Emu is happy chilling behind Mars at the back. But heading down, round the last turn, heading down the main straight. They've all got DRS. Who's going to get P4? Here comes Lucky Lemon on Lee Bob. That won't matter. Lee Bob's burned till his DRS. K5M5, he's gaining on Lee Bob. That is 4th position. Hannes not too far behind, trying to capitalise. K5M5 will look for any possible option, and he's very low on fuel. K5M5. Chocolate has got ahead of Robot Reaction, so the Robot Reaction won't be able to capitalise as much as he wanted to on Bertie's poor race. Oh look, K5M5's right behind him. He's going to go for a send into turn 5. No, just staying behind for now. Rounding turn 5 on the exit. There's only really one major overtaking chance left. But we go to Drabzal. He has absolutely dominated this race. He started on pole with a brilliant quali lap. He has led nearly every single lap of this race. After Mars' error at the start, he is going to win this Spanish Grand Prix in an absolutely extraordinary way. Drabzal with a dominant Max Verstappen-like performance. He wins a Spanish Grand Prix. Mars on track will be P2, but Emu will make it a Ferrari 1-2. What a result for them. And now this lot coming round the last turn. It will be Lucky Lemon on track, but with a 3-second penalty, that will put him behind Lee Bob, behind K5M5, and behind Mr. Hannes. K5M5 did make it to the end on fuel, as now we watch these 2 Robot Reaction just behind. Oh, he nearly drops out of the last turn. It'll be Skolade, P8, Robot Reaction. Only a few points on the board for him for the championship in P9. Tiger Gamer, it's been a disastrous day for Mercedes. He will come home P2. Even more disastrous day for Red Bull. Jungo King P11 as a Div 3 driver. NSO Burt, the championship leader, only 12th, as the 2 Red Bulls will come home in last finishing positions. That is a huge calamity for them, especially since Berkey Valiant showed so much promise. But Drabzal converting pole to a win Emu started 14th and finishing second to make a Ferrari 1-2. What a race. Here in Spain, brilliant battles all the way through, extremely clean as well. This safety car rule seems to be helping quite a lot. So yeah, brilliant race. We're going to do some post-race interviews, I think. I'm going to go in voice chat. I'm going to go in voice chat now. So in voice chat now, I'm going to ask for some post-race. Oh, that was not. 1 second. We will be getting the race interview shortly. So we'll see who wants to post-race interview. Some drivers may be more willing than others, but yeah, still can't believe a Ferrari 1-2 for his race. Drabsal leading nearly every single lap and only 2 DNFs. It was Hannes who actually got the fastest lap in the end, by quite some margin as well, 13.8. That was quite rapid. But yeah, 42 minutes for a race was completed in. No safety cars, obviously, but this has huge implications for the championship. Anyone? We'll end the stream if nobody is wanting post-race interviews. Oh, well, Emu, I mean, what can I say? An absolutely incredible drive from you, making it a Ferrari 1-2, which is something I did not think I would say coming into this weekend. But Drabsal just ahead of you. Oh wait, just wait. Chocolate. We're just interviewing Emu, but yeah, brilliant race from you. P14 to P2, just staying ahead of Mars at the end after his penalties. Yeah, just faultless from you, I'd say. Yeah. Really? Oh wow. Dang. Yeah, brilliant race, especially your stint on the softs at the start. I thought was really impressive. We're gonna have to move on. There's a few people in the queue, but yeah, brilliant, faultless, fault. Yeah, I didn't see it, but I mean, it seemed to work. It seemed to work pretty well for you, but yeah. I think I think it's I think it's chocolate next. But yeah, yeah. Great. Yeah, great. Yeah, I see. Yeah, see you in Div One comms tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. See ya. Chocolate or chocolate? I think it's you next. What can you say? I think it was P8, wasn't it? Overtaking Reaction at the end there. Yeah, had a race long battle with him. That was great to watch. But yeah, for I think if it's your first race, pretty good race from you. Quite anonymous. Yeah, and Bert. Yeah. Oh, it's this thing again. Um. Okay, I'll just do it off my phone then. One sec. Okay, we should be able to hear this now because it's on my phone. So yeah, quite underrated drive from you, Chocolate. Yeah, beating, I mean, third place in the championship on your debut. That's no mean feat. So yeah, yeah, good race all around.
Yeah, it was quite fun, and I hope to get higher up in coming races, and
Yes.
to the top 3.
Yeah, but good luck for that. I think we'll move on to Mars. But yeah, see ya. Great race. Mars, you here?
Yes, I am. Hey.
I mean, a race of a bit of mixed emotions. I mean, I think you'll still gladly take P3, gaining on your like Big Bertie, K5M5, and Robot didn't have great races, so gain points on them in the championship. A few penalties which denied you a chance to overtake Emu, but yeah, still good race from you.
Yeah, that's well said, I think. But first of all, congrats to my fellow guys on the podium. Yeah, it was for me. It was a bad race. I changed some things in the setup because I had trouble warming my tires up in qualifying. But my tires were like 110 degrees the whole race, so I was like driving on ice the whole time. And honestly, it's getting so late. I'm so tired. I was literally shaking. My foot was shaking. I don't know if you could see it in my inputs, but oh god, I was messing up so many corners because I was shaking. But yeah, I'm happy with my the results anyways.
Yeah.
Could have been more, but I'll take
Yeah,
it.
I've got a question. I think it was near the start of a race. Like you were keeping with Drabcell, but then all of a sudden you were 3 seconds back. Did you make a mistake?
Yeah, I semi-spun in the hairpin at the start of the third sector.
All right.
Yeah, so I lost a lot of time there because I was pushing hard to get to stay into the DRS of Drabcell, but I managed to get my tires to 110 degrees, so didn't notice that, and oof, I went around. It was my only big mistake though, so
yeah. Still really good race. You're gonna gain on the people in front of you in the standings. That'll make the championship a bit more interesting. But yeah, great race.
I can see Bert has barely any points.
Yeah, Bert got 12th.
So K5 and M5 is gonna be really close to be first in the championship then.
Yeah, Robot had quite a poor race as well in P9. But yeah, great race from you. I'll see you in I'll see you in Div 1 tomorrow.
Yep, see ya.
Bye. K5M5? You here? Or you not talking? No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, K5M5. What has gone? What has gone on with your mic? Oh, worst case, you don't have to do one if you don't want to. I'll just try and fix it. But if K5M5 cannot get his mic sorted, then I think that will be our stream, everybody. So thank you for joining in and tuning in to this Div 2 Round 6 Spain Hyperdrive. It's been a brilliant race, both from a driving standards point of view and a battling point of view. So yeah, been great overall, and be sure to join us for Div 1 tomorrow, and I think that will just be just as exciting. So thanks, guys.